Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start out by learning how to draw walls and rooms. So here's how we do it. Up here on our little toolbar, we want to click on the one that has the hammer. After that, create spaces. We want to go around here and we want to draw a room. So you click on draw a room. Don't mess with any of these settings here, leave them as is. And you'll notice these little cursor, like a cursor with a crosshair, shows up with a little circle. Click wherever you want once and unclick. And then as soon as you start to drag, it's going to make a room. But obviously you don't want it to be too big. You have to know how big it's supposed to be. So look on the bottom left-hand corner right over here. This is where the measurement's going to be. Like this number right here, for example, 32, that stands for 32 feet. That's a lot. And then over here, this number is inches. So 9 inches or 9 7/8 inches. Try to make sure to have an idea of how big the room's supposed to be. Because you can't necessarily go forth and start designing something unless you have like dimensions for how it's supposed to be, like the final dimensions. For now, we're going to keep it basic, and I want to make it 20 by 20 room, so 20 feet by 20 feet. So we can get it close, which is about right there. Click a second time, and it makes the room itself. Now you're going to see two different things here. You're going to see arrows on the outside right here, and arrows right here on the other side. The one is the dimension from the inside of the wall to the other inside of the wall. The other one's basically the outside dimension from the outside of this wall to the outside of this wall right here. We're not going to worry about that too much. I would say for now, just to keep things basic, pick one and just change it to whatever dimensions that you want. I'm not going to get too caught up in it has to be perfect. So in order to change the size, you can do two different things. One, you can just go over, click and hold, and you can drag a wall. And you can see on the bottom right down there, like right here in this area, it's going to tell you how big it is. If you don't want to do that, the other thing you can do is you can click on the wall, or not click on the measurement right down here. Usually what I do is I delete this, and let's say I want it to be 20 feet. I have to type in 20, and then the apostrophe, that's feet. If it's this symbol right here, like the quotation mark, that's going to be inches, so we need feet. Hit enter, and boom, 20 feet. And I'll do the same thing on this side too. 20, apostrophe, enter. Alright, now that we have our room set up, we can also go through and we can draw individual walls. So if we click on, well actually before we get to that, how about we name this room? We'll click on the inside of it, and you'll see that the room type is the living room. And you can change your living room, dining room, kids room, nursery, whatever. We're going to make this a bedroom for the practice. And you'll see it'll change a color, which doesn't matter. And then the label will change as well. So we're going to back out of that. So we're making a bedroom. Let's maximize this little toolbar, get that out. And then let's go a little bit further. Now, if we want to add on to this, either on the inside or outside, we could draw another room. And it's nice because it might be hard to see, but there's little dotted lines that show up like ants. If you get close to the corner or a wall, you'll see that'll show up. You click once, and you can drag it open to make a second room like this. Boom, there we go. And let's say, for example, we're making that one the living room, so keep that as is. Now, if you want to go through the process and draw individual walls to divide things up, you click on Draw a Wall. We're going to leave all this stuff as is, don't change it. Find an area, make sure that dotted line shows up. Click on the wall once, drag it out, and you'll notice, like, if you have it at an angle, it doesn't necessarily, like, you'll see like a straight line snaps in place if it's going straight. So you'll drag it out, you can see the measurement on the bottom left. Click once to place, and it's one of those things where it's a continuous line until you get to the end. We can click another time, and boom, we have a little room right over here, which is pretty cool. And it's nice because it separates it. So in a nutshell, that's basically how you create rooms. If you have to delete anything, you can either do the undo, or what I found is you can click on the wall, hit the trash can, and delete it like that. That's the easiest way to do it, I think, in my opinion. Or you can click on the inside of the room. Actually, I guess you can. So you click on it and you just delete it. One wall at a time like this. There we go.